Hi everyone, this is Eldad, my channel, Eyes Wide Shut, where I look at things such as current affairs, politics, and social issues. I have another channel called Spiritual Echelons, where I look at things such as spirituality, religion, herbal medicine, acupuncture, meditation, and all of that kind of thing. Now, if you're interested in those things, well, go to my channel, Spiritual Echelons. Today on this channel, Eyes Wide Shut, I want to talk to you about 15-minute cities, also known as smart cities. Some people try to say that 15-minute cities and smart cities are two different concepts, right? But I believe that they're the same concept. Just as they got this other thing that's come out now, which is called Liveable Neighbourhoods. To me, that's just a guise for smart cities. You see, under the UN, which is the United Nations, and also under U.L.E.S, which is the World Economic Forum, they have similar goals about the climate and about globalization. They're saying that the planet is too warm, and also because of all this carbon which is in the air, it is causing things like the rise of the sea levels because of things like transportation and airplanes. Things like this is also causing this problem with the planet heating up. So what they're trying to do is to try and control the environment by getting us living in these small cities and try and get the cars off of the road. I've been telling people for the longest of time, 2020 was a trial for all this. Okay? 2020 was part of a trial for this. If you step back and you look, you can see that they were trying out smart cities even from back then. This is a long-term goal of the UN and also U.L.E.S. These are bodies which we did not elect. We did not elect these people to come into office and to set up their governments. Let me tell you, if we have smart cities, it means that it's going to be a restriction in where we can go. They're trying to get everybody also onto things like bikes. Well, that's a good thing in a sense of a way, because at least bikes do not cause things like carbon emissions. Then they want us walking. They say it'll help to keep us fit if we walk about in our neighbourhoods rather than having to use transportation and using our cars. They're trying to get the cars off the road. Is this smart city really a guise for something else? They're trying to lock us down and keep us locked in within these neighbourhoods, trying to keep us almost like imprisoned within these 15-minute cities. And there'll be only certain times of the year. When we had 2020, we were literally locked down in your home and could only come out of your home at certain times. And then you had to line up in the queue and you had to be 6 feet apart. Was this thing that they gave us in 2020 really a guise for something else? This thing, the shot that some people took in 2020, was this another guise where they were trying out various different types of experiments, blaming this thing, yeah, and keeping people indoors? In England, there's quite a few cities now that signed up to this smart city scheme, which, where are they getting the funding from? They're getting their funding from U.L.E.S, which is the World Economic Forum, and also from the UN. In different parts of England, Newcastle has signed up, Manchester signed up, Birmingham has signed up, London has signed up, and Bristol has signed up. I'm going to show you a video in a minute where there's people who've been protesting in Bristol saying that they don't want the smart city. This is in the east side of Bristol, okay? This is around places like Barton Hill and St George and Redfield. they're trying to build these 15-minute cities. They're calling it livable neighbourhoods. What's some of the advantages possibly of having these livable neighbourhoods? Number one, cleaner air, better air quality. It won't be so noisy with traffic. Neighbourhoods will be safer, and also it'll make more of a community type of environments where you get to know people living within your area, within your neighbourhood. So it'll be more communal. What else? Also, people would just generally feel much more safer because they'll know everyone around them, and plus it'll make it safer for kids because there's not too many cars about. But on the other side, and this is what some people are protesting about in Bristol, they're saying that it's going to cause things like congestion, because all they're doing is moving the problem from one part of the city to somewhere else. Okay? They say that living in these neighbourhoods will be quite noisy because people will be looking for somewhere else to go and park. So because they can't park on the main roads, they'll come off the main road and try and find alternative routes. And this will cause things such as more noise, and it'll cause even more pollution. It won't be trying to help the problem. If anything, they're just moving the problem somewhere else, and there'll be still a lot of carbon emissions being set off by these cars. They're saying that that's not going to improve the air quality, which is what the government wants. Also, they said there'll be a problem with access for ambulances and for people who are disabled. And this is the reason why some people have made a petition in that east side of Bristol. They say they don't want these smart cities. As I say again, is this smart city just going to be a way of keeping people locked in their neighbourhoods? I've been going around Bristol City and other cities telling people about the smart city agenda of U.L.E.S and also of the UN, United Nations, and how Bristol City has been funded by U.L.E.S to set up these smart cities. You've got these 5G towers everywhere. You've got these cameras everywhere, digitalized cameras watching people. Now when they set up these livable cities, it'll be almost like some kind of surveillance camp. And plus you'll be probably carrying around digital ID. So when you come in and out of the city, you've got to show your ID. When you're coming in and out of these neighbourhoods, you've got to show your digital ID. Is this the kind of world that you want for you and your children? I showed you a balanced view of both sides, where some people are willing to accept these 15-minute cities, whereas other people are not willing to accept it. Now the choice is going to be up to you. I want you to watch this video, and if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe and share. This video I'm going to show you is about people protesting in East Bristol. They don't want these livable neighbourhoods. There are some people who want them, but there's a hell of a lot of people at the same time do not want these livable neighbourhoods. This is going to be a worldwide scheme soon. It's happening in parts of America already. It's happening in parts of Canada already. These smart cities.
Campaigners against so-called livable neighbourhood schemes say they won't give up their fight after Bristol City Council said it would continue plans to restrict traffic through parts of East Bristol. More than 5,000 people have now signed a petition to scrap the controversial scheme in Barton Hill, parts of Redfield and St George. Max Walsh reports from St George.
Well, these traffic calming measures have only been in place a matter of weeks. The full scheme hasn't even been rolled out yet, but there are a group of residents living here in East Bristol who say that this is already a monumental failure. They're among more than 5,000 people who've signed a petition calling for the scheme to be halted, and today they had the chance to take their argument to City Hall to talk to those in charge of the scheme about why they think it's not working. And they say that simply traffic has been pushed elsewhere, it's a waste of taxpayers' money, and it's not actually improving air quality. This is what they had to say before the meeting started.
Causes so much harm to so many people, especially disabled people. That some people are being prevented from accessing their homes. We're scared about emergency services access because our roads are so often blocked anyway.
We don't have dentists, we don't have pharmacy. We need to go and get those, services. So if you block us, how are we going to do that?
Constant stress, day in, day out, not knowing whether I'm going to be able to get out and get home again, not knowing whether the next morning my road's going to be blocked off with planters.
It's night and day. The kids I see walking, scooting to school. I can hear children laughing and playing on their way to school now, where before I could only hear people having arguments and screaming at each other in the middle of the street. I can't tell you what a big difference it's made.
Now, the last person you just heard there was in favour of this scheme. And it's important to say there are many people in favour of what is happening in this part of Bristol, namely so many residents up and down this road as a result of blocking off traffic. They say that their living conditions have vastly improved, and so has the air quality. Now, the council, having listened to the arguments today, insisted that this trial scheme, and it is just a trial for 6 months, will still be going ahead.
What I say to people is that we need to give it time to settle down. We've seen across the country that these are quite controversial things, but after a few months, and we're going to give it 6 months, once we put the whole scheme in, to be able to evaluate how it's working and really then make the tweaks, we'll be working with the community to listen to what they have to say.
Did you just see that video? Did you just see that video? Even though the people in this video were protesting, and they had 5,000 people that signed a petition, and they took it to Bristol City Hall, the council there still said that they're going to go ahead with the smart city scheme, yeah, or livable neighbourhoods. So even though people protest against it, they're still going to carry on with their trial. Believe you me, this thing is not going to go away. This wasn't something that people asked for in the first place, was it? And it's not going to go away. You're going to start to see these smart cities rolled out all over Bristol and all over the country. Birmingham, Liverpool, Newcastle. Yeah? All of these cities will start to roll out this scheme. This is Eldad Amara with another video, over and out.